I wear a mankini to show off my taco tattoo. Just to make sure what exactly is a mankini? Oh, no.
I'm speechless.
Sometimes there's no words. Sometimes there's no words.
Here's what I want to know. How, on national television, how could you wear green?
Each year, millions of Americans travel the country looking for fun and adventure. But there's only one trip that actually pays you. We're gonna play a wheeling game of trivia to see which of you 4 teams of 2 is gonna walk away with the cash. So here's how it works. I'm gonna ask you guys a question. Now, if you get it right, you get the cash, you get to keep on riding. But if you get it wrong, another team can ring in and steal it, take the cash. You could end up kicked off the bus with empty pockets.
Oh, no.
So, Johnny and Elizabeth, how many Supreme Court justices are there?
Oh, I know that one. I know that
Think
one.
back to your high school civics class. Johnny and Elizabeth, our political system is riding on you.
Say 5.
Yeah, okay.
5.
Ah!
Your answer
I think
is
we
5.
might be wrong.
You rang in first. What is your answer?
9.
Well, the correct answer is 9!
Leonardo DiCaprio wants you to believe he had it so hard while filming The Revenant. As if you'll feel so sorry for him, you simply hand over the award for Best Actor. What poor Leo doesn't want you to know is that he was practically pampered on the icy cold set. He even admitted that he had his own personal heater between takes to prevent hypothermia. Leo also likes to brag that he took a big bite out of a bloody raw bison liver for the role. Interesting, for a man who's been celebrated as a vegetarian. Something stinks in Leo land, and it's not just that liver. Paid for by friends of Bryan Cranston.
You've seen the shocking headlines.
This is a case that had so much publicity.
But they lived the real-life horror.
When he had stood up, my dad saw the knife.
I said, give up the knife.
I couldn't stop screaming.
These women stared into the face of unspeakable evil.
A man came in with a gun and put it to my neck.
I just felt like he was just full of rage.
And now they tell their harrowing stories of survival.
To save myself, I jumped out of the window.
I survived a serial killer.
God was giving me a second chance in life.
Next. On the night of April 3rd, 1993, Michelle's life changed forever.
It was a rainy night. We had thunderstorms in the area.
Michelle spent the evening hanging out with her boyfriend.
We ate supper and then we went riding around, listening to music. And I had to go to the bathroom, so we stopped there at the cemetery. Back then, you had no fear of a cemetery. It was just a dark place to go. So I got out the car, I went to the bathroom, I got back in. We didn't lock the doors. We felt that it was a safe place. That's when the passenger backside door opened.
Suddenly, a large man burst into the car with a razor-sharp farming blade.
I'll never forget his eyes, because his eyes were so big and so bloodshot, where I just felt like he was just full of rage. He started to attack us. That's when my boyfriend jumped over me and tried to get him away. We were trying to shut the door at the same time, and that's when the knife started attacking my legs. I was trying to fight back to shut the door. He was in the car like this, so his legs were going in and out of the door, so the dome light was blinking on and off.
A local cop on his nightly rounds arrived on the scene.
I call Officer Eubanks an angel. He just happened to look over and he saw the dome light going on and off, and so he thought something was going on. At the same time, it's storming outside, so the rain is pouring.
As Officer Eubanks pulled his cruiser up to the car, the attacker fled into the night.
He took off running, and that's when he dropped the knife. They found it in the ditch. The smell, I will never forget the smell of blood and the sight of it that was in the car. I mean, our flesh is just hanging out everywhere, and you just don't even, it was incredible.
You know, there's nothing worse than chartreuse green puffy sleeves.
The wackiest thing that I have in my emergency kit is a can of cat food. It's for the yellow jackets. If I can put cans of cat food around the perimeter of the property, no yellow jackets. They're all munching on the cat food.
Duct tape, if you believe in keeping that waste as thin as you can get it.
You just don't want it to be a masquerade ball and have your guests looking like the Clue, you know, who killed who.